Hello everyone, and welcome back. How are you doing today? That's great. I'm here to talk about the brand new movie, or it was brand new. It came out like last month. But the movie Lightyear, our favorite pal Buzz Lightyear, with the swirl chin and the impractical suits. I don't know. I watched it recently and it was not great. Like the animation was obviously fantastic. I don't think that was ever going to be a question about the movie, but the story overall just wasn't really there. Um I liked a few parts of it. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but there was LGBT representation. It was, um, like, Buzz's best friend at the time, before spoiler. Um, I'm gonna save the spoilers, actually, until later in the video, because, maybe you still want to check it out? I don't know. But the representation was pretty natural in the movie, and I think that is a pretty good step forward for Pixar slash Disney. Um, but onto the story, it just essentially they. I guess now is when the spoilers start. The spoilers start here. If you don't want any spoilers, you should skip ahead. But you're gonna lose a lot of the context of what actually happens in the movie. Anyways, you open with Buzz and his crew, uh, you know, possibly seeing a planet for humanity to start anew. This isn't like, apocalyptic and they have to. This is more so just, oh, let's have another planet. Why not? That makes sense. We need that. And this universe, Earth is like fine and stuff. There's really no reason for them to do this. At least no reason that are like given in the movie, which doesn't matter much, but they end up getting stranded on this planet where there's like living plants that want to kill you and bugs that also want to kill you. But everyone but Buzz pretty much is like, "Oh, let's just live here. We have the technology. We can just chill out. And like maybe at some point someone will come find us." Buzz doesn't like that at all. Um, so he continues to try to find a way off the planet, which I forgot to say, but they have a light speed, like, core thing that some reason this whole colony, which is mainly scientists, have no idea how to make. The space rangers don't know how to, and the scientists don't know how to. But yeah, let's send them out into space where something like this could happen. But back on topic, Buzz is continuously trying new formulas to actually be able to go out in space and, like, save the colony, I guess. And every time it keeps on failing and it, like, everyone ages much quicker than him, and it like 100 years go by or something like that. And Buzz has an up moment, so it is pretty emotional. It did get me, admittedly. Um, but then you have uh, Buzz meet, like his best friend's daughter and her like little troop of misfits, because there always has to be misfits in a Pixar movie, and a cat which was actually surprisingly not as annoying as I thought it would be. I thought that it was a pretty good comic relief, especially compared to the other characters that personality types are I'm a criminal and I'm afraid. But you go on through the movie, it's in the future, obviously, and the like city is like surrounded by like a laser dome to keep everything out, except the plants, I guess, because they still get underground, and you have the big bad of Zurg, which I was really excited for until it ends up turning out, once when Buzz is captured, that it is. Can anyone guess? Buzz's dad is the joke that they had in the movie, but it was actually just an alternate timeline Buzz, or a future Buzz that decided that he wasn't gonna just give up. Um, he pretty much was like, "Oh, forget all those friendships and stuff that you could build up, and these lives that these people have built up. Let's go back to how things were." And essentially erase this timeline and all the people in it. But he also tries to. The problem that I have with it is that Buzz starts to like, young Buzz starts to like actually start to be like, oh, maybe this isn't a bad idea. But he would die. He would cease to exist if that plan went through. And he was still like, yeah, you know what, old Buzz, you got a point. I really like you. He, of course, ends up snapping out of it and is like, oh, I see the error in my ways. People built up a life here, except me. And the only person that has a problem with all this is me, the only person that didn't build up a life here. But at this point, he's built up a life. It ends up with, a huge fight on Zerg's ship. And, like, the fight is kind of cool. There's this one scene, though, that, Zerg is trying to get the core that has now been refined so then he can go back in time. And young Buzz places it in Zerg's chair to, like, hide it, and Zerg doesn't see it even when, like, the chair's, like, right here, and then Zerg is, like, right here, and he's like, oh no, I don't, he doesn't see it. Once when, like, the zero gravity gets turned on, though, it, like, floats in the air, and he's like, ah, there it is. If only I looked down for, like, a split second, I could have already had it. Um, and they have this huge fight, and Buzz bleeds. I did not expect in a Pixar movie for there to be blood, but there was blood, and it ends up with Zurg getting blown up because they set off his self-destruct, and they end up making it back down to the planet, and Buzz is like, you know what, I'm fine with this life. I have friends. I have a cat, which the cat I thought the whole time was going to actually be the bad guy, and that just ended up not being true. But, besides the animation and a few moments here and there, it was kind of just an alright movie. There wasn't anything really special to it. There wasn't anything groundbreaking. Um, I know that, like, I think the original voice actor of, well, not the original voice actor, but there was a cartoon back years ago that I actually watched at one point, and it had its own lore of what Buzz Lightyear was like in Star Command, and a lot of the cast didn't really appreciate the Lightyear film. At least that's from what I heard. I don't know. I'm not one of them, but I would definitely, like, if you want to watch it still, go for it. There's plenty of stuff that I left out, that I think, maybe you will get some enjoyment out of, but as of now, I'm going to say, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 6 of just average. If it like had worse animation, then I'd give it like a 4 or 5. But it's a Pixar movie. Like, of course, it's gonna have good animation. But yeah, anyways, that's my review for Lightyear. Uh, bye.